Hey guys, welcome to a grey fall day, but I brought something to brighten things up. This is, well, let me start by explaining what this isn't. This isn't the BMW i8 we've all been waiting for, because when the BMW i8 came out more than 2 years ago, we all loved it. We loved how it drove, we loved how it looked, and we just wanted a bit more, you know, like a 500 or 400 HP version of it. We never got it, maybe we get it in the future, but this is a bit different. This is the BMW i8 Protonic Red Edition. It's the first time you can get this i8 in red, and you have some special goodies that you get with the Protonic Red Edition. First of all, you get a new key. This is not specifically for the Protonic Red Edition, but every i8 now gets the 7 series key, which is really cool because the i8 normally had a very normal BMW 1 series key, you know. It didn't really fit the craziness of the car, and you know, this really does. Weirdly, I have charged it fully just a half an hour ago, and I don't know how to turn this key on. It's so weird. How am I not getting this? You know, there should be a screen right now with all the info. Ah, there's an on switch. I've discovered it. Okay, cut that out. You can see the range, both the electrical and the petrol range. You know, I need to fill up, I see. How does this work? I can go back. Yes. You can see your maintenance. You can you know, control climate, and you can open and shut windows and doors. You know, this really looks so cool. Let me turn on the lights. You know, with this thing together, they look, you know, like they're out of space. I really love it. Okay, enough about the key. This is the Protonic Red Edition, which means it's red, and you get frozen silver special parts like the BMW kidneys. They're now frozen silver, and the first edition BMW i8s have this in blue. It's the first i8 I drove, was the first edition, which was also really cool. Again, frozen silver pieces here, and I think in red it really stands out. It's more of a supercar than in black or grey, you know, the normal i8 colors. And on this grey day it really pops. It's really cool. One thing I don't like about the i8 is luggage space, because let me open the back. You know, it's not a small car. It's pretty big actually, and wide, but luggage space, as you can see, it's a bit terrible, to be honest. Okay, let's get in because it's quite cold. Yes. Oh, I need to show the car with the doors open, of course. You know, that's the cool thing about the i8, the doors. Okay, let's turn on the lights again. Yes, that is a cool car. Man, I love it. You know, there were quite a few journalists who didn't like the i8 and how it drove, how it looked, what it stood for. But I don't get those guys. This This really is the game changer of the past years, I think. Well, maybe together with the Tesla Model S, but this certainly is one of them. In here you also get some Protonic Red Edition parts, like these seat belts, which are supposed to be frozen grey, but they're just normal seat belts, I think. And these seats with, they call it Niso seats, I don't know why, and you get like this red weave in the seat. What I do like is this bare carbon fiber, you know. It really looks very, very tough and manly, and you know, I love touching it, I love looking at it. It's super. And these light lines, they're in red because it's Protonic Red Edition, of course, and you also get the ceramic parts for the gear lever and the iDrive switch. I would have loved a carbon fiber steering wheel in this carbon fiber, because they really use a lot of carbon fiber, you know. There's a big piece here, here, here. This is one piece of carbon fiber. Big piece here, then another one there. I would have loved a carbon fiber steering wheel. You know, it just would have made this car a bit more special. Okay, one thing I don't like. You get this key, and you need to charge this key, and in the 7 series you have this like flap in here. You can put the key in and it charges wirelessly, but in here you need to use a USB cable, which, you know, you're not going to get in the car, plug in the cable, plug in the key, and then go for a drive. That's too many things to do. So BMW put the flappy charging thing in the i8 as well. And now let's go for a drive. Okay, the i8, I really love driving this car. You know, it's always been very special driving it. And it's not crazy fast or really sporty. No, it's the experience of the drivetrain that makes it special. You know, how it delivers power, and when you think about the fact that this is a 3-cylinder combined with some electric engines. And I love the fact that they didn't go for a crazy interior, you know, because the car is so crazy on the outside. They didn't make any concessions on the outside, but on the inside they made it just a normal car, because when you're in the car you just want some peace and quiet. You know, this is more of a GT than a supercar, so you want to drive like a normal car but have the appearance of a supercar, I guess. And they really nailed it, because this is like a normal BMW. Nothing too complicated, nothing too wild, but it does look special, especially with the Protonic Red carbon parts. When you press the eDrive button here, you're in full electric mode, and the car doesn't want to switch to the petrol engine, so, which I think is really cool. Wow, you really notice the immense and immediate torque of the electrical engine, because it's a bit wet now, and well, you saw that the traction control had to kick in. Even though it only has 131 HP in electric mode, because this car has 362 horsepower, but 231 of them are from the petrol engine, the 1.5 with the massive turbo. Now let's switch to sport mode. I now have the full 362 HP at my disposal, and what I really like about the sport mode is the way it charges the electrical engines, because when I brake or when I release the throttle, it uses all the movement and all the kinetic energy to charge the batteries, and in that way it's capable of charging the battery quite fast, because you know, when you just drive like this, not full power, not use the batteries, after 10 or 15 minutes you can go for a full attack mode blast session without a worry. In sport mode, the gearbox is obviously more aggressive. It wants to shift down and keep the revs up, but the annoying thing is that if you only want to charge your batteries in sport mode, you know, you keep having this annoyingly high RPM. So you need to go to manual mode to keep the revs down and the gears up. But you know, it's not really clear in which gear you're in, because in the normal BMWs nowadays you get like this big M display with the gear you're in, but in the i8 it's this tiny little logo right there, you know. I want it to be big, I want it to be clear, I want to know which gear I'm in, and it's really not. So the gearbox is a 6-speed, which is quite fast. It's not a dual clutch, it's a normal automatic. But as you can see, it's really fast. The response is quite good. There have been some complaints about the sound on YouTube, you know, a lot of comments about the fake sound, and it sounds like a vacuum cleaner and like a microwave, but I quite like it. You really, you know, it's this mixture of some of the fake sound through the speakers, the active sound, and some of the 1.5 3-cylinder turbo, which has a little rattle and a, you know, a flutter from the turbo. I don't know if you can hear it. Let's keep the, you know, if you're in a high gear, you know, that's the turbo. You hear a fake whistle and a real one, and that's the turbo. You know, once again, you know, the blowing sound is the turbo, and the mixture of the two I really like. Let's not forget, the BMW i8 is a really fast car. There have been some rumors that BMW have pushed the power down because it used to be quicker in development than an M4, and you know, that's something BMW doesn't want, so they push the power down. And the fact that it's so quick is also due to the aerodynamics of this car, because from 200 to 250 this is really fast, because it has a aerodynamic value of 0.26. I know this doesn't say much to a lot of you, but it's really low. The combined torque of the electric engine and the petrol engine is 570 Newton meters, and that's quite a lot for just 362 HP. In these wet conditions, you notice that the traction control, you know, when the road is a bit bumpy and wet and you just want to put a bit of the power down, you know, you immediately get the massive torque of the engine. And you know, it has some problems putting it down on the road in these conditions. The Protonic Red Edition really wasn't the reason for me to pick up this car at BMW, but you know, we did 2 videos in Dutch with the BMW i8 and I thought, now we're doing POV reviews, let's do one in English. The Protonic Red part of this car, yeah, it's just superficial, you know, it's just some goodies and that's it. I do like them because, as I said, the carbon fiber parts are amazing, but it's not the i8.2 we've all been waiting for. So BMW, please, please, please get to work and make the i8 we all want. You know, we want 450 HP or more. Get to work on that. Okay, thanks guys for watching. I need to fill it up and bring it back to BMW.